Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. Yeah, XRP so far has failed to break out, at least at the moment. Yeah, we can extend this trend line and let me take that one out. The idea was to identify here, obviously, the support pullback zone for a wave 4. Price reacted to it, rallied, but so far has not broken above resistance. So we need to see a sustained break above 88 cents. To confirm that the wave 4 is over, because this is the resistance that could still be there for a B wave. I'll highlight the, that is relevant for a B wave. So this is a possibility. Yeah. Now, how long the C wave then goes will need to be determined. But that's why we put the resistance on the chart. As long as we don't really break above the 88 cent level, this could still be a B wave with a high likelihood. And I gave you a couple of levels to watch yesterday, so they still haven't broken. So we take a look at that. So first of all, when we moved up here, I gave you resistance to check, do we see a reaction here? And if we do, it could just be a high B wave. And in my opinion, if price now breaks below the trend line, that would hint again at a failure. Means that it was just a high B wave, and if it then breaks below 73 cents, we have more confirmation about a failure, because then it breaks below at the moment, the current completion of the wave 4. Yeah, so I think it's fairly likely that this is just a failure the way this is developing now, but of course not confirmed yet, and the yellow box is still holding for now. What you need to understand is that below 73 cents, it is very likely that we will at least test 65 cents. And below 65 cents, price will morph into a different scenario. And then we need to see how low does this C wave actually go. So I've got the current setup would still allow for higher. But of course, the 65 cent level needs to hold and price can move freely. It can even develop a massive triangle. So again, until we break above 88 cents, we haven't got really too much clarity about the lower degree wave structure, because it is just moving in 3 wave structures. So again, it could just turn into a large triangle, for example, just to give you some ideas why it is so important not to be too concerned about the lower degree wave count in a correction. What I can tell you at the moment, though, is that the last rally was only in 3 waves. So there's a good chance that this was a local top in the B wave, because it has failed to rally in 5 waves and it has failed to rally above resistance. So it just leaves us with the option that it's a B wave, but it could also be a top of a wave in a triangle, for example. Yeah? So it's too early to draw any conclusions, but what we see at the moment is that the breakout has failed. We're now pulling back to a trend line. And below the trend line, we have more downside pressure and will very, very likely retest the 73 cent level. Below 73 cents, I think we come down to 65. And below 65, we are working or morphing into the alternative wave count, highlighted here in orange, the support area in orange. And it means we likely will test 56 cents. Below 56, I think there isn't really anything bullish left. Until then, we have certain upside pressure. But the bulls don't seem to be ready yet for a breakout. I think that's the best way to formulate it, because they haven't really rallied, or price hasn't really rallied in 5 waves. So as always, what we need to see after a low has been established, we need to see 5 waves into the trend direction. Now, since the move up, I mean, again, overall, looking at this is just a 3 wave move. If it's holding a higher low above 73 cents, yeah, it can rally again. So different possibilities here on the lower time frames. I'm just highlight to you that if we break below the trend line, we'll likely retest 73. Below that, likely 65. And if that fails, we have a change in the wave count. Until then, I don't need to make any changes to the wave count, because the setup is basically still valid. Yeah. So don't be too concerned about setbacks in this range here. This could still become a triangle of an extended one, whatever. corrections or wave counts in corrections change frequently. Therefore, what I like to focus on is the Fibonacci support ranges. We know that in certain ranges, sentiment likely shifts, and this support range goes down to 65 cents, or actually 65.9, but it certainly doesn't harm to give a trade or the setup a little bit more space. Yeah. But yeah, this is basically an unchanged situation from previous videos. We can still go higher in a fifth wave of the third wave. What I can tell you though is that the reward to risk ratio, of course, here is not as favorable anymore, because it's only really one more wave up before there is likely a larger degree top in place, before we come down in a deeper pullback in a wave 4. Before then, price has the chance for another rally in a larger degree fifth wave. Yeah? So again, purely trying to trade this long based on reward to risk, there are better setups. There are 1-2 setups. This is just a wave 4. And a rally in a wave 5 is always lower probability than a rally in a third wave where you, well, okay, the rally is not necessarily lower probability, but the reward to risk ratio is just not as good as in a 1-2 setup, yeah, after a wave 2. So on the XRP chart, the next 1-2 setup will only happen, especially at least on the larger degree, okay, will only happen once we have all 5 waves complete. And to do that, we need this circle wave 4 complete, which will take probably weeks to play out eventually, and then a wave 5. And only if we have those 5 waves, we can look forward to a deeper pullback in a wave 2 to then trade a third wave rally that could actually take us to new all-time highs eventually. But that setup will only occur on the chart after having 5 waves up, in my opinion. Yeah? At least from what I see at the moment. It is a choppy chart. It moves in corrective wave structures. It moves only in 3 wave moves. We don't have an impulse on the chart other than here. This leg up in the third wave, which is not the entire third wave, it's just the C wave in a third wave, but I don't want to go into too much detail. Again, the relevant levels are communicated, so I think there is still upside pressure, but we need to hold 65.9 cents, and below that we need to hold 56.5. Below that level, I don't have anything clearly bullish anymore. That's my update about XRP. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.